Today's topic of discussion is stunting gone wrong. So in society, you see a common trend amongst guys when it comes to trying to show off to girls and trying to do the most to get them. So we're going to be discussing some key points on how these beta males are getting into problems and doing all types of stupidness. So first point is flex. These broke boys, right, they go around trying to flex and trying to do the most to get girls. So I'll give you guys a background story now. So recently, I got into a situation, right, where I was driving back home from work, was doing a long shift, went back to my parents' house, parked up the car on the road. So I parked up the car, went inside, gone upstairs, went to sleep for a bit. So then I've been woken up now by my parents to say, your car outside's been smashed into. So jumped out of bed, went downstairs, got my coat on, got my trainers on, and then in front of me, I've seen my car just completely destroyed. So we're going to be playing some clips for you guys, and you guys can have a watch of that.
Can I give you bank transfer? Oh, you take bank transfer?
Bank transfer.
Everything's fine. Everything's sorted.
Okay, so you guys are back now. So that guy, right, who smashed into my car, he's about 17 years old, no license, no insurance, nothing. So he completely wrecked it. So he must have been going about at least 40, 50 miles an hour down the road. So that's a 20 miles an hour road, completely slammed straight into it. Now, when I've come out now, I started seeing what the damage is on my car. He kept on saying, sorry, this and that. And he's moved the car now by a good 2-3 meters back. So we've had to move the car now with a jack underneath the car, and we had to push the car from behind in order to move it out of the driveway. So obviously I've taken recordings of everything, taken recordings of the car, his car, and his face and everything. So that case in and of itself, right, he's ended up paying me about 1k, right, cash. He was like, oh yeah, can you get me some, can you not take it through insurance? He was like, oh yeah, please, like take some money for the repairs. So I wasn't agreeing to it, but my dad, he was like, oh yeah, just take the cash or whatever. So he went home quickly. He literally lives right next to the same road as my parents' house. So he literally lives about 2 minutes away. He's brought the cash to me, about 1k. And then the next day, right, I had a long think about it and then spoke to my mechanic. They were telling me, this is some serious damage as well, because he's hit the bumper side, he's hit the wheel side, he's hit the flipping door, he's just completely wrecked that side of it. So the outside of it, but then you've got internal damage of cars. So with the internal damages of the cars, those can cost a lot of money. So too much. It's just looking like, that's just a complete write-off. So after work the next day, so I've come back to his house now the next day, knocked on his door. I told him, look, this right here, 1k, ain't cutting it. So he was like, flipping, how much you want for it? I told him straight, look, I need another grand, because this car right now is just written off. I'm going to need to get another car similar to this. So I had a Vauxhall Tiguan. So he's ended up destroying that. It was a really nice car as well, by the way. It was one of my favourite cars. Convertible, 2-door, just like a sports type car. Just really nice, comfortable. He's ended up destroying it. He only had done about 47,000 miles when I got it. And then, I'd done about 49,000 miles. So then what's happened is he's ended up calling his dad, right? So his dad's come over as well and speaking to him. So these guys here, right, the dad is a freshie type guy from Afghanistan, and he's trying to tell me, you take 1,300, take 1,400. I was asking him, nah, I need 1 grand, yeah? So 1k from yesterday you've given me, I need another grand, because this ain't cutting it. This right here, you've done serious damage to my car. I ain't gonna let this go. So what's happened is, right, he was trying to haggle with the price, this and that. I told him, look, what you can do is this what's gonna happen. Get me that 1k, yeah? I'll sign the logbook over to you. Whatever you want to do with the car, whether you want to scrap it, whether you want to do whatever with it, whether you want to repair it, that's on you. I need at least 2k now. So that 2k, right, that right there, I can get another car for that. So they had agreed, right? So they came to my parents' house about 9:10 or so. So bearing in mind, this is past the 24 hours. So with the 24 hours, within 24 hours, you're supposed to report it. But it wasn't reported to police, because with that, right, I was expecting them to make the payment. But obviously, they knew what they were doing. So they've come round now, checked the car. I told them, gave them the lowdown of this is what it is. And then the third guy, so there's 3 of them. So the son, dad, and then the uncle. And that's supposedly, third guy is a solicitor. He's saying to me, he wants to see the logbook. I was like, you ain't seen no logbook, yeah? That right there is what the car is. I've given you the green slip for that. You're not getting nothing else. So he's like, I want to see your name and then the address on that. And I was telling him, look, that right there, you're not getting that anyway, because that address of my parents' house is not my address. You understand? And that logbook, they're not going to be seeing it. So he was going back and forth there. And then these stupid idiots said, you know what, let's go through insurance then. So we was going back and forth, and I told them straight, I was just like to them, look, this right here, right, this damage that you've done to my car, you've completely effed my car, yeah? We're going to be going through insurance now. Now, insurance, whether or not they pay me out or don't pay me out, I'm going to make sure you guys are going to have to pay thousands and have to actually pay for the situation, yeah, for the flipping damage you've done to my car now, completely written it off. That car, yeah, I can't even take it to the flipping mechanic. I couldn't even drive it. You understand? He just completely mangled it from the wheel side of it, completely buckled the wheel and everything. So I gave him the lifeline, 2k. And obviously these stupid idiots, Afghani flipping freshie, whatever he is. I'm not even trying to be racist or nothing like that. But these guys here, right, they come over into the UK thinking that it's like flipping back home and that. Nah. So the dad was just being completely just stupid about it. Do you understand? So that leads us to the next point when it comes to showing off. That son, right, was trying to show off and stunt in his car. And then he's completely slammed into my car then. And then instead of actually paying out 2k to me and getting the car taken away now, he's ended up doing it through insurance. And then guess what? Through insurance now, they're looking at thousands. Oh, mate. Thousands and thousands and thousands. You understand? So the dad, him in and of itself, he was arrogant. He wasn't trying to listen. And then the son, he was kind of on the same page, but he wasn't able to make any of the decisions. You understand? So, long story short, I ended up getting paid out about 2.1k. That's going straight to them because they ain't got no insurance. They're going to have legal costs. They're going to be getting fines. They're going to be getting banned. So, because the son is a 17-year-old, he's a minor, he isn't able to pay for the damages and all the repairs and so on. So he's getting banned. So when he tries to get a license, which is going to be flipping 6-7 years later or something like that, straight away he's not going to be able to drive. And then the dad right now, he's going to be taking flipping bus as well, walking. You know what I mean? So this is what happens when you guys, these people here, they start showing off, right? And they start flexing, and then they get into problems like this. Now I gave them that lifeline. I told them, look, 2K right here, get the car, take the car, sign the logbook over to you, and do what you want with it. But these guys, they were like, nah. The reason why I didn't want to sign that over is because they thought the car wasn't on my name, and they thought the details didn't match up. They probably thought I didn't have no insurance either, or nothing like that. the way I dressed, they may have thought I was like some sort of, drug dealer or something like that. And I was just telling them, look, we can do it through insurance. If that's how you want to do it, we'll do it through insurance. Then I'm going to make sure I give you guys proper dun-dun, mate. So dun-dun means stick here. Give you guys proper. So that's what happens. These guys here, right, that youngster, 17-year-old, who's probably on his phone or something, showing off, recording, and there was another 17-year-old at the scene as well. So I don't know whether or not he was in the car as well, but there was two of them there. Now, saying sorry ain't cutting it. Do you understand? So you could say sorry 100 times like that guy was saying. I don't know how it works in Afghanistan, but here in UK, that don't work. Do you understand? You can't just be saying sorry to me and then you're just doing that kind of damage. You understand? So that leads us to the next point when it comes to altercation. This is what happens when you're showing off, when you're stunting for girls. So that BMW 1 Series is likely to be catted as well now. You're going to be getting into altercations. You understand? So you, as a person, you should be always focusing on doing your own thing. If you're trying to actively go out of your way to try and stunt and try and flex and try and show off in order to get attention, then expect that to come with consequences. So that's what happened. They ended up getting into altercation, and then they didn't realize that they messed up so badly that I literally gave them a lifeline, and then they didn't flip and take that. Now they're going through insurance. Now that cost in and of itself, from estimates, is looking at about 26 to about 41,000 pounds in total. That's how serious it is in terms of legal fees, in terms of court fees. So the son and then the dad, both of them have to go to court. They're both going to try and plead probably not guilty or whichever one it is. Either way, that evidence that I've got on my phone, that's straight bang to rights. Yeah. So bang to rights is these guys, they were on the scene. So the 17-year-old, no license, no insurance, smashed my car. Witnesses were there. I've got him on video recording of him confessing and him saying, I'll send you a bank transfer. And just stupidness. And his face is in there, prime HD as well, that I've got him of. So this is what happens with these guys, right? They end up getting into altercations, and these altercations can get really serious then. You understand? This is what happens when you show off. And I'm seeing this time and time again amongst youngsters. A lot of these stupid idiots are showing off. And now the dad, right, he didn't even really care. Do you understand? It was just like, the dad was telling me that time when I went to his house, I was like to him, look, this is how much you're going to pay. He was like, oh, I'm going to say that I was driving. So the dad's saying that he's driving. I was like, you lot can do what you want. Do you understand? I've got you lot on video footage, yeah? I've got your son on video footage right there of him crashing into my car. Do you understand? Like, sorry ain't cutting it. You understand? That right there, he's done too much damage to the car right there. And that car's been written off now, pretty much. So, final point is arrogance. That's what led to their downfall. Arrogance. Now, they came to my house, parents' house. They had a choice whether or not to just pay out the 2K and then that would have all been done with. But nah, because that dad, right, he was so arrogant, he was so stubborn. You know, I was telling them, look, straight, this right here, yeah, you're gonna be paying for it. Don't worry about that. Insurance, yeah, is gonna give you flipping proper treatment now. You're gonna be ending up having to pay about tens of thousands now. Yeah, through flipping legal fees, through the court system, and through everything else. You know, because of his arrogance. So them cars, yeah, he's got 2 cars there, supposedly got an auction, right? So them BMWs that they've got, both of them are going to be going soon. So that's what happens with these guys here. They end up, you know, biting off more than they can chew. And these broke boys literally were trying to haggle me for about $2,000. This is what happens. A lot of these guys, right, they literally blow their bank balances on cars, yeah, and they ain't even got a flipping couple grand to flipping pay out someone when they've ended up messing up like that. So this is what the problem is. Guys need to realize this, right? You shouldn't be blowing your bank accounts on cars and flipping doing the most to try and flex, especially when it comes to women. Women don't get flipping turned on by that. They see these guys as flipping clowns, you know? So these clowns, right, were showing off on social media or doing whatever, and then he's ended up slamming that car now, written it off. So just to wrap up, flex. I said that boy there tried to flex. He tried to do the most. That night there, yeah, that's gonna be a night he's gonna never ever forget. How he's ended up having to pay tens of thousands. How he's literally banned. He ain't got no license, no insurance, nothing. And then when he tries to even get a license and tries to even get insurance in the future, no insurance company is gonna wanna take him on. They're gonna be like, nah, you're too high risk because you completely written off that other car before. You're a danger to society, and they ain't gonna try and insure him, you know, because he was stunting. He was stunting for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Now that, as I said, that car there, my Vauxhall Tiguan here, telling you it was a beautiful car, low mileage. The scumbag just completely destroyed it. So then I was like, all right, cool. That's what you're gonna do to my car, yeah. I'm gonna make sure, yeah, you lot are gonna suffer now, like proper. Make sure you lot are flipping paying this out now. And don't think for a second, yeah, that you lot ain't gonna flipping pay for them damages, because you lot are gonna get serious done now, serious stick. The next point after that was showing off. So that road there was about a 20 miles an hour road. Now he's obviously miscalculated the flipping distance because it's a narrow type road, isn't it? And then he just slammed into the side of my car without even flipping calculating the distance properly. So when he was showing off, right, he wasn't expecting that to happen. And the next point after that was altercation. This is what happens. He ended up getting into an altercation then. And then he thought, oh yeah, if I just give him this guy here 1k, right, or if I give him a bit of money to repair it, then that's going to fix all his problems. Well, that ain't going to fix it, because my car is going to be flipping catted, yeah, category flipping C, or whatever category it is, and then the car isn't going to be the same anymore after that. So I was like, nah, you either pay me $2,000, right, you either pay me 2k, or you're flipping going through insurance. Yeah, going through insurance, and then you're going to feel it. You're going to feel what it's like to flip and pay tens of thousands of pounds. And then you're going to be banned as well. So then even later on down the line, your insurance is going to be looking at about 4 to 6 grand for the year for insurance alone. So this is what's going to happen. And then the final point was arrogance. That dad, right, was so arrogant that he didn't want to flip and pay out the 2k. Yeah, I told him, look, give me that flipping $2,000, yeah, flipping cash, yeah, and then I'll sign over the logbook to you. But he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that because of his arrogance. And then guess what happened? Then I was like, all right, cool. Whether I get paid out or don't get paid out. And you know what's funny as well? I literally told him as well. I was like to him, look, I'm just going to get a flipping another car sorted out anyway. Which I did anyway. Within them next couple of days, I literally got another car after that. So, literally bought another car after that. But them guys, they're getting into problems now. You know, because of their arrogance. And this is what happens in society. A lot of people, right, a lot of guys, they are moving around, doing whatever, making these moves because of arrogance. Do you understand? And they don't realize, right, that things like this, yeah, does not attract women. Yeah, women look at these guys as flipping clowns, mate, stupid idiots. You understand? So the guys who are doing their own thing, moving in silence and just keeping level-headed, these are the guys who end up doing well in life, not these guys who are trying to stunt. You understand, guys? So it's really important. Don't be trying to show off. Don't be trying to flex. Don't be trying to get women's attention through all this stupid BS ways, yeah? Trying to record yourself doing fast driving or whatever the case is. As I said, that right there ends up backfiring. So, hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.